Greetings! Shifang Pharmacy here. Hello. What type of medicine are you looking for today? I might be able to make it taste good. Be sure to pay close attention to the contraindication and side effects.
The world around me. I can hear it clearer now. Shadow descends. You will obey.
I got your back.
Nowhere to hide. Last chance.
Guide my blade. Upswing. Ripping. Scarlet. Perfuse. Victory, guide my blade. Let everyone stand down. No biggie, just a scratch.
just a scratch. Guide my blade. No mercy. I will protect.
Darkness falls.
No biggie. This is my ground. Let's take it slow. Steady there. No biggie, just a scratch. It was my misstep. Time to focus. Let's take it slow. It was my misstep.
It's nice to take a break once in a while.
Now it's my turn. Let's take it slow.
Shadow descends.
Shock and all. Still in the fight. I need to recharge.
Endure and defy.
I got your back. No biggie, just a scratch.
Joint operation. Feel the overwhelming power.
Victory, guide my blade. I will protect.
Shadow descends.
Let's take it slow. No biggie, just a scratch. Now it's my turn. No biggie, just a scratch.
Nowhere to hide.
I got your back.
Endure and defy.
It was my misstep. Victory, guide my blade. Time to focus.
Joint operation. Hear the thunder! Storm dies out.
Nowhere to hide. Be gone. No hesitation.
I got your back. Everyone stand down. Time to focus. Let's take it slow. Now it's my turn. Time to focus.
Shadow descends.
Once, tacit discords terrorized the land.
The region of Jinzhou was under siege. A mother and her newborn child were hiding in ruins, trying to avoid the deadly creatures. They weren't safe for long, as the tacit discord found them. The mother sacrificed herself to protect her child. But with her gone, it was difficult for the newborn to survive. In a couple of minutes, its loud cries gradually died out. Fortunately, the newborn's cries echoed through the forest with a unique resonance that reached the ears of the mighty Sentinel. With a burst of energy, our Sentinel dispelled the surrounding evils. But sadly, it was too late. That night, Mount Firmament shook with the roars of a lung, and dark clouds gathered. The Sentinel returned with a dead infant in its embrace. As if by magic, somber clouds parted, and shooting stars lit up the sky. With Mount Firmament's unique flow of time, the Sentinel brought the deceased infant back to life. The resurrected infant became known as the
Sentinel's appointed resonator, and went on to become the magistrate of Jinzhou. Yes, it's me. I've lived in Jinzhou my whole life, and never ventured into Hongjian. Yet even I know of the legend. To me, Jue is more than just our sentinel, or a revered divine being. It raised me and saved me from certain death. I've been thinking about it on our way here. If the Sentinel predicted our fight, why would it even bother saving me in the first place? Now I understand why. Because I am the Sentinel's resonator. I may not have any extraordinary abilities, but I do possess the temporal program that it accidentally lost. If Jinzhou ever faces a similar time crisis, I might be the only one who can set things right. In our Sentinel's prediction, the battle between us is supposed to happen in the distant future. It had been waiting for an opportunity, a right moment to tell me the truth. That's why it didn't explain. Now may not be the opportunity the Sentinel has been waiting for, but my body cannot hold up much longer. I have to go and face it while I still can, to learn about the truth, or complete our destined battle. Give up my duty? I never thought about it. To be honest, I did doubt myself many times. It was the endless kindness of you, Cheng Li, Xing Yi, and everyone in Jinzhou that gave me the courage to push on. Even Jue's decision to bring me back to life, whether out of pity or not, I am truly grateful. The thought of it warms my heart every time. Jinzhou holds everything that's dear to me. Even without the title of magistrate, I could never leave Jinzhou behind. I'm okay. The pain I'm feeling is nothing compared to those trapped in the temporal disruptions. I must find the Sentinel as soon as possible. We draw from the same source of power. Saving it means saving myself. If there is truly no other option in the end, then I will have to fight it. I refuse to back down. I will fight. To protect the Sentinel and to defend Jinzhou. One life may be lost, but many will be saved. If it means keeping everyone safe, then I have no regrets giving my own life. But let me make one thing clear. I am not planning on dying yet. I am here to fight for a chance at survival, no matter how slim that chance may be. We're not in a situation where death is our only option, are we? Thank you for placing your trust in me. Come to think of it, many good things have happened to me since you arrived in Jinzhou. Thank you, Rover. My teacher Cheng-Li told me it's up to both of us to solve the crisis at Mount Firmament. As I know you have a special connection with our Sentinel, I need your support in this decision. But don't worry, I'm prepared. This isn't about succumbing to destiny. It's about embracing it fully. I am grateful to have you by my side through it all.
One last flare stone to go.
Save the day! Think you can catch up?
Good. Now we can get that flare stone.
shadow descends.
It was my misstep.
Keep it together.
I got your back. This is my ground. I'm coming in hot. Think you can catch up? Won't happen again. Time for some hot action. I'll fire it up. Can't wait to. I got your back.
All set. The Sentinel should be able to break free now.
Yes, I believe so.
Let's see if the gains will be worth the effort.
Let's head back to the Sentinel's place.
Jinshi, it has been quite some time. And greetings, Lord Arbiter. Or should one address you as Rover now? One cannot discern the cause of your arrival. Yet its significance heralds Jinzhou's fateful juncture. Shall a child who has lost their memories take up arms and fight for their fate? Or shall they retreat to their cradle and slumber? The seed of the future shall be sown in this very moment. Once the situation settles, an explanation shall be provided. For now, one must implore you to simply engage, decide, and observe. Genshi, your journey has been an arduous one. Aside from aiding one in this predicament, surely there are other inquiries you wish to make.
I cannot bring myself to ask for more. All I seek is the truth. Mount Firmament is in grave danger. Regarding the temporal mandate and your injuries, please do not keep the truth from me any longer.
One understands your concerns. The timing may not be optimal for this disclosure. Yet in the midst of crisis, one must act with expedience. For one will soon perish. One such as this, of immortal nature, is designed to endure for all time. Yet one suffered severe harm in ancient times, and now relies on the Myanlong Chamber for survival. This is not the optimal solution. For a long time, one has had to use this chamber to replenish energy, hoping to delay the inevitable doom. Yet fate cannot be defied. The Fractitus have conspired against this one. Now, the injury only worsens. The Myanlong Chamber can no longer prolong one's life. Jinzhou. The city of Jinzhou will be no more. Ever since one descended upon Mount Firmament, using the power of temporal mandate to repel tacit discords, time has been in disarray within this location. The fate of Jinzhou was sealed from that moment on. Over the past millennia, one has defied the laws of nature and sustained Jinzhou at the cost of one's own life force. Otherwise, the temporal disruption would wreak havoc not only on Mount Firmament, but on the entire region of Jinzhou. If this were to happen, all life will be engulfed in a chaotic storm of twisted time flow. Jinzhou shall forever remain frozen in time. The past and the future melt into one, rendering life indistinguishable from death. The ceremonial rituals and endless battles persist, intertwining joy and sorrow into an eternal blur. All inhabitants of Jinzhou shall endure this perpetual fate until time itself ceases to exist. It is this one's own doing, and one must put an end to it. In the coming days, one will exert every ounce of strength to freeze the time in Jinzhou at the cost of one's remaining life. In that moment, Jinzhou will fall into stillness, but not perish. In the distant future, the people of Wanglong may discover a method to rescue Jinzhou.
Is there truly nothing else we can do?
This is not the optimal solution, but it suffices as an option.
Please, forgive me, but I cannot do as you say. A decade, a century. What if nobody comes up with a solution? By that time, the world will have turned its back on this forgotten city. And who would be willing to spend precious resources rescuing a small city in a far-off corner of the world? Jinzhou's fate deserves better than an uncertain future.
Whilst one may not live to witness the future, one can still envision endless possibilities yet to come. In my deduction, this method proves to be the most effective and stable. Magistrate Jinshi, as you express doubts, pray tell, how do you propose to solve this issue? The flow of time upon Mount Firmament is in disarray, and it can only be contained through one's utmost effort. If one does not freeze the time now, the situation in Jinzhou shall surely worsen 100-fold, or even 1,000-fold, after one's passing.
You once predicted a destined battle between us. Is it true?
Correct.
I was lost at first, struggling to grasp the prophecy's meaning. Only when I learned of your actions alongside the court of Savante did it all become clear. By clashing two resonating powers, a second resonance awakening can be induced. Through this, I am able to push my resonance ability beyond its limits and invoke the temporal mandate to restore the flow of time. Though I will be forced to raise my blade against you.
Ridiculous! If you clash with my resonance power, even the smallest mistake will result in overclocking and leave you nothing but an empty husk. You are well aware of its excruciating effects. The pain you feel now is but a faint scratch in comparison to its true torment. Moreover, you will be trapped within the fissures of time itself. Your being will be relentlessly shredded and mended day after day, denied any respite for eternity.
But I can restore the errors in the flow of time. Isn't that why you saved me all those years ago? I'm just doing what you've been doing all along. Going against fate to keep Jinzhou safe.
Jinshi, you are given one last opportunity. Let me freeze the time, and I can ensure your safety. You are only here to witness before the right time arrives. But you are not compelled to remain idle. Should you intervene, we may augment Genshi's odds of survival by a fraction. Command me to transfer my temporal mandate access to Genshi at the right moment. The moment of her resonance ability's depletion, when she is teetering on the brink of overclocking and near death. Then we may still save her life. Miss that moment by even the slightest margin, and Genshi's fate will be sealed.
I should have died a long time ago. But I was lucky enough to be saved by you, allowing me the chance to see the glittering lights of Jinzhou for myself. You rewinded time to save me. I am responsible. Jinzhou is my home. If it's ever in danger, I will do everything in my power to protect what I hold dear, even at the cost of my own life.
Such a valiant speech. Do you know the weight of this decision?
I understand your concerns. I will reach my second awakening with our destined confrontation and restore the time flow. Are you willing to bet on me?
Restore the time flow. Pray, from where does this confidence arise? You are my resonator, but your strength is only a fraction of mine. There is little chance for you to retreat unscathed.
But I can at least win some hope for our people. Even if it costs me my soul, my everything. I cannot die without trying. I may only bear your power for a fleeting moment. It's all I need to secure a better future for Jinzhou, defying all of your predictions, and I can keep you safe. If there is anyone who can face you in a fight, that person has to be your resonator. I will be your final winning move in this game.
Are you truly ready to challenge a being worshipped by your kind? Will you not regret it when you meet your bitter demise?
I will not regret it, no matter what.
Very well, Magistrate of Jinzhou. Come to the summit. Demonstrate your prowess. Show me how you shall be my triumphant ace. Lord Arbiter, one is curious about your choice this time. Wherever the tides may take us, you will bear witness to our fight.
Government must be guided by virtue. Chi, do you keep this in mind?
Yes, virtue must come first. Politics, commerce, it all must serve the people.
From now on, you shall be known as Jinshi, bearing Jinzhou's name as your own. What do you think of this world?
Like here. Darkness clings, but lights flicker in the gloom.
A guiding light easily lit.
That's why they stand out so brightly against the darkness.
This entrance leads to one's Sonorosphere. Magistrate Jinshi, one shall await you there. Rover, this battle is related to the fate of Jinzhou, and only you can open this Sonorosphere. The key to Jinzhou's future lies in your hands.
If I open it, Genshi is bound to face you in the ultimate battle. The ideal outcome would be for her to absorb your power at the critical moment and restore the time flow without any loss of life. But there's a chance that she could push herself too far and end up dying from overclocking. Though, if I do nothing, you'll use your remaining power to freeze all of Jinzhou in time.
Correct. Now, please let us know your choice.
Rover. I have been preparing for this moment. Leaving Jinzhou behind fills me with regret. Knowing I may never again bask in its glorious sunshine, or witness the purity of its snowflakes. But that's why I'm here. To ensure that others can still experience the wonders of nature. Our city has a rich history, with generations witnessing endless sunrises and sunsets at the border. Our people have sacrificed their blood and tears to protect Huanglang's safety. They deserve a bright future. I want to protect Jinzhou in my own way. As Jinshi, as a citizen of Jinzhou, and as Jinzhou's magistrate. Let's begin. Vengeance on my... Onwards. Worry not. Onwards. Let it end. Sacred light. Onwards. Thunder guide us. Onwards. Let it end. Onwards. Evil be cleansed. The hour heaven ordains. Banish all vice.
Quite the impressive feat, Magistrate Jinshi. However, you are still a long way from inheriting my power. Back down now, while you still can.
I've made up my mind, and I will not back down. He once said it's not easy to become a candle of light, but I still want to try. I want to see if I can ignite a spark of hope for Jinzhou. Strike fast.
Lord Arbiter. May this one transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi. This one has heard your decision. The transfer has been carried out as you instructed. Jinshi, one shall honor one's promise and restore Jinzhou's future to you and its people. Jinshi has recovered. One will soon send her back to Jinzhou for recuperation. Please do not worry. With all matters resolved, as per the agreement, it is time for one to address you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. I am Jue the Sentinel, the guide of Jinzhou's civilization. Everything about Jinzhou has been stored in my mind. You are my arbiter, and my former master. In bygone days, I stood by your side as you established Jinzhou City. You tasked me with safeguarding its prosperity. This one begs your pardon, for it is not all-knowing. All my knowledge came from you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. In the past, one was granted the key to that Sonoro sphere by your hand. You said you planned to participate in history, to make choices and witness the development of civilizations. One had previously requested for permission to transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi, as that is how one is designed to function. Every ounce of my existence, from life to death, and even the passing on of power, is subject to your approval. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have. The flow of time on Mount Firmament has been restored to its natural pace. But the citizens of Hongzhen must still contend with shortened lifespans should they attempt to depart. Fortunately, with Jinshi's resonance ability, they can stay safe as long as they remain on the mountain. For lack of a better solution, this is the best we can do. Through countless ages, the imposing Mount Firmament stood firm against the storms. But as spring brings thunder and change, one feels a spark of transformation in the air. The people of Hongzhen have a bright future ahead. One that can be steered in the right direction within mere days with proper leadership. One is prepared to answer Since Jinshi has inherited my power, the temporal programs are now complete. Jinzhou is no longer under threat. Jinshi has fully assumed the mantle of leadership. From this day forth, one shall only offer aid when it is truly needed. This situation has been analyzed before, but the number of variables made reaching a safe conclusion impossible. To accomplish her goal, Jinshi must possess both strength and confidence. Revealing the truth to her earlier would only add to her troubles and not aid in improving her abilities. Today was not the ideal moment for our destined battle to unfold, but the Fraccidus has remarkably escalated its arrival. One is prepared to answer any inquiries. Your tacit, Mark. There is something unusual.
What? What's wrong? Rover, who's bullying you? Huh? Is it you, big thing? Huh? How dare you? I'm gonna teach you a Wait, pause. I don't think it has any bad intentions. It smells like the unnatural smell I smelled in Jinzhou before. Oh, so you must be that sentinel. Hello there, big one. Rover, why didn't you wake me up earlier? I got a feeling I missed out on a lot of fun.
It does feel similar to me, but there is some difference. This entity is unfamiliar to me. As it resides within your tacit mark, one can only assume you granted it access intentionally. Lord Arbiter, have you heard of the Black Shores? The Black Shores is the starting point of your journey in this world. If you have doubts, this one suggests a visit to that island. Worry not. The Wuthering Waves ebb and flow. They shall send you back to where you belong. One suggests heading back to Hongzhen to reunite with your companions, Lord Arbiter. With Mount Firmament no longer posing a threat, surely Hongzhen will undergo significant changes.
just a scratch.
Unleash the fan.
I got your back.
Down with the curtain. Shadow descends. An unexpected discovery. Cherish every gain. No hesitation. Endure and defy.
I got your back. Victory, guide my blade.
Target confirmed. War spares no one. Stay put. Shadow descends. One more time. Shadow falls.
No biggie, just a scratch.
I can hear calling. Nowhere to hide.
Steady there.
Is this the end?
This is my ground. Now it's my turn. Everyone stand down. Let's take... Attack is the best defense. I will protect. Let's take it slow. Let's take it slow.
Mount Firmament glowed with the sun's light, high above the clouds and snow. Then, Suddenly, they vanished, revealing a distant blue sky. And amidst it all stood a white-haired maiden, like a goddess descended from the heavens. With a mere wave of her hand, she brought forth a new season, transforming the streets below. This maiden was none other than the dead infant, now reborn as the magistrate of Jinzhou. When thunder roars in spring's embrace, the sun shall shine upon this place. For only through death and strife can one truly embrace new life.
I see. Doesn't matter. That's not important for our goal. We have the answers we wanted already. With the second resonance awakening, we will tap into powers that rival the Sentinels. Complete control of the artificial resonator awakening process is within reach. And lastly, about that rover. This trip was worth it. We've collected many wonderful notes, haven't we? It's about time. Get moving. Can't let a certain someone wait too long behind bars.
Wei Chi pieces were scattered, but the guru remained calm. "It's getting late," he said gently to the woodcutter. "Shouldn't you be heading down the mountain?" As he glanced at the sky, the woodcutter was shocked to see how much time had passed. It couldn't have been more than 2 hours, he thought in disbelief. Feeling apologetic, he prepared to leave, worried that the guru would be annoyed with him. But when the woodcutter turned around, he nearly jumped out of his skin. The hermit guru, who had been playing Wei Chi and drinking wine, was now gone. In his place lay a shattered Wei Chi board and a heap of decaying bones. The woodcutter was so scared that he dropped his bamboo basket and ran down the mountain without even looking back. As he reached the mountain's base, he was hit with a stark realization. The quaint village he remembered had bloomed into a bustling town, with sturdy brick houses replacing the humble thatched cottages. And where his home once stood, only an empty wasteland remained. He noticed a date on the calendar that he had never seen before. In shock, he grabbed a passerby and urgently asked, "Excuse me, can you tell me the current date and time?" As he heard the answer, his legs went weak. Everything had changed. Time had passed, and his loved ones were gone. No one remembered him anymore.
So the woodcutter left Mount Firmament, but how is he still alive and kicking? With 100 years worth of time inside him, shouldn't he?
Your story, it's a bit far-fetched, don't you think? I mean, if I wasn't from Hongzhen, I might have fallen for it.
Well, that's the whole point. The truth is stranger than fiction, my friend. Every detail in that story is based on real events. Let me share with you the other legend of Mount Firmament. For deep within its sacred peaks lies a powerful secret. The secret of immortality. We all know that Mount Firmament is the abode of the Sentinel, gathering spiritual energies from both heaven and earth for countless eons. Over time, even the mountain itself has taken on the form of our majestic Sentinel. Living in the mountains for long stretches of time, surrounded by fresh air and drinking from nature's own bounty, can add years to one's lifespan. It all starts with that game of Wei Chi, one that the woodcutter stumbled upon. Too bad those secrets have been long forgotten. Gather around now, people. You're in for the story of a lifetime.
I'll see you there.
What's with the ruckus? Huh? What's that in your hands? Eh. Behold Hongzhen in its entirety, next to a ring and hanging eaves. When eternal snow thaw into flowing streams, let us reconvene. Oh, I see. see I've got no clue at all. I get the very last part at least. She's asking you out. Well, that's a fancy way to write stuff. And now, this next sentence. Eternal snow thaw into streams. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, how did you manage to get all that hidden meaning? But the buildings in Hongzhen all look pretty much the same. Which one exactly was she talking about? Makes sense. Lead the way!
Huh? How did she disappear like that? Wait, are you that legendary rover? What? Well, you've come to the right person. I'm here to compile a new travel guide. Next door ring and hanging eaves. Oh, I know where that is. You'll need to stand on the tallest building in Hongzhen to see what you're looking for. It's on the northeast side of the town. Can't miss it. You'll see it once you get there. Say, that person earlier, that was Lady Cheng-Li, right? I saw you talking to her. Of course! Everyone in Jinzhou knows about Lady Cheng-Li, even though she rarely appears in public. As Master Xuan Miao's disciple, she excels in the arts of politics and diplomacy. Her Yeah, and she came... How could anyone not revere such a selfless act?
What do you want? Huh? Oh, you... Wait, you were the one talking to... What can I help you? When snow thaw into streams? You're not from around here, I bet. When we say that in Hongzhen, we mean the Shichen of Wei. Early afternoon, the warmest hours of a day. Legend tells of a visitor who ventured here some centuries ago. People say it was once a stunning sight. Well, it's what Grandpa Zoe tells everyone. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but... Not that I don't want to believe them, but... Oh, you were listening to one of his stories earlier too, right? What did you think? Really? So you're into stories and anecdotes too? Grandpa Zoe's great-grandfather was a descendant of the first inhabitants of Hongzhen. He grew up hearing stories about Mount Firmament. Recently, he heard Madam Magistrate had resolved the crisis, so he decided to visit and learn more about his roots. People in town are curious about the outside world and how they are perceived. Grandpa Zoe is happy to answer their questions and has unknowingly become popular among them. It's funny to hear outsiders describe my hometown, Hongzhen, as mysterious. We're just a normal place with our own quirks. Especially lately, with so many...
Hey, why are the people here so divided about Cheng-Li? You humans make everything so complicated. Well, at least now we know what she wanted to say. Now that's much easier to understand. Why does she have to make it a whole riddle? I'm getting sleepy again.
Rover? Nice to see you again. How are you liking Hongzhen so far? The crisis at Mount Firmament has been resolved, and the waterway between Jinzhou and Hongzhen is open once again. As a result, there has been an increase in visitors from Jinzhou, making the town more lively than before. With the chaos subsiding, our town and city are now reconnected, allowing residents to live and work in peace. We owe you a debt of gratitude, Rover, for your efforts in clearing the remaining effects of temporal disruptions in Mount Firmament over the past few days. We're all indebted to you, Hongzhen and its people alike. If there's anything you need, don't hesitate to ask. I couldn't help but notice you've been asking around. Is there something you need assistance with?
Xing Yi and Chun Li have a mutual trust as acquaintances. It should be fine to ask Xing Yi instead.
I see. That sounds like something Changli would do. Even though we're not that close, I know a bit about her personality. She wouldn't just hand over something that symbolizes her identity to anyone, especially when... I think it would be better for her to tell you personally. The Magistrate's counselor is shrouded in mystery, and her motives are often hard to decipher. When she wants something done, it's never as straightforward as it seems, and few can grasp the true meaning behind her plans. The rumors and controversies surrounding her never cease, but she seems unfazed. However, I believe one has to get involved personally to truly understand Changli's intentions, regardless of public opinion. About the riddle, it seems you have already figured it out by yourself. But remember, it's not just about the answer, but also what she wants you to understand. Then, if you'll excuse me, if there's anything else you need here in Hongzhen, please do not hesitate to let me know.
she wrote. Should be this ring-shaped ancient structure, I guess.
Wow! It's really huge now that we look at it.
Next, hanging eaves. If we look from here... Is it that pavilion?
It does look quiet. Should be a nice place for meetings. Getting...
That must be the place, then. I'll get going.
Apologies for my delay. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Oh? And what makes you think so?
Those tokens from Jinshi. It was your idea, was it not?
So, you've guessed it. Sorry, Rover. Jinzhou faced multiple threats back then, and we had to be cautious. We did not intend to inconvenience you. I regret our lack of hospitality. Still, I owe you an apology in person. This time, I just wanted to see you. The brilliant mind that always understood my unspoken words. I am very grateful you decided to come. I merely have a few questions, and I was wondering if you may have the answers. Does this game of Weiqi look familiar to you, Rover? Apologies. I heard about your memory loss. Please, pardon me. There is a local tale about the secret of immortality being hidden on Mount Firmament. Have you heard about it? Yes, I have a slightly different version of this tale to share. Centuries ago, a Taoist cultivator met an enigmatic visitor on Mount Firmament. Despite their age difference, they soon became friends and often played Weiqi together. One day, a woodcutter stumbled upon them, having lost his way home. Their game mesmerized him so much that he didn't notice the red tie on his basket, rotting away. Panicked, he bumped into the Weiqi board. Despite the interruption, the visitor remained unfazed. They offered the woodcutter some tea, then guided him down the mountain, shielding him from dangerous temporal disruptions. After that, the visitor disappeared. Many years later, the Taoist cultivator became a legendary hermit guru. Upon returning to Mount Firmament, in his final years, he reunited with that elusive visitor. The two resumed their unfinished game. People believe the visitor shared their secret of immortality through cleverly placed Weiqi pieces as a final parting gift. Yes and no. This game is missing the final 20 moves. It is unfinished. That was a bit different from what you heard before, I guess. The story changed over time, infused with fantasy in each retelling. But that's how old tales go, slowly losing their truth as they're passed down. Precisely. The legend may be shrouded in myth, but that game of Weiqi was real. Embedded within its records lies a cryptic message. This game record can solve the crisis of time. From what I know, only the Sentinel in its prime has the power to manipulate time through its possession of a complete temporal mandate. For us mere mortals, controlling time is indeed similar to gaining immortality. As the records state, it only reveals itself when Mount Firmament emerges. But how it ties to the temporal mandate remains an enigma, at least for now. Yes, we may find a way to heal them. But our chances are looking slim. That game record could just hold my teacher's memories, not any real value. So I am presenting this as merely a personal request. I am planning to go find that record. Could you please join me? As we have been to Mount Firmament before, I imagined it would pique your interest, as the tale concerns our Sentinel. And, moreover, you are special to me, and to Mount Firmament. I hope I have provided enough reasons to clear your doubts. I asked you about the unfinished Weiqi game because I believe it may have something to do with your past. Yes. After all, it takes two to play Weiqi, right? Splendid. Very well. Let's meet on the gallery road outside Hongzhen. I still have some preparations to do. Please, go ahead. I'll join you later. Eons of time on this vast land, all encapsulated in a humble game. I am fortunate to have you as my opponent.
Time for another afternoon consultation, I see. What's on your mind today?